Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report. I'm Brian Winnikins, and joining us this morning is Dane County Executive Joe Parisi. And we are going to be talking about World Dairy Expo and some of the things that Dane County is offered to Expo. And our Newsmaker segment is being brought to you by Wisconsin Farmers Union, A&J Agronomy, Synergy Co-op, Osseo Plastics, Annabis Silo, the Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, and Compeer Financial. And Joe, thank you for joining us this morning. County Executive Parisi, I guess, maybe if that's the official title.
You can call me Joe.
Thank you very much for joining us and having a chance to talk with us about this. Recently, World Dairy Expo, they had come out with a press release saying they were planning to have the show in Madison. They were going to have a show this year, but they were also looking at other locations because they were concerned about if they could really even have the show in Dane County. So on Thursday, around the 10th, here on Thursday or on Wednesday, the county came out with an offer to World Dairy Expo. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it. Well, as you know, the World Dairy Expo, it's not just important to, our community here in Dane County, but it's vital to our state and to our ag industry and so many related businesses. And, we're really fortunate in Dane County. We've had a decades-long partnership with the World Dairy Expo, and that partnership is very important to us. And we realize, the struggle that they're facing, because of the pandemic, like so many folks, it's been quite a year and they had to cancel last year. And we know that, they're trying to survive and thrive. And we want to continue that partnership with them. So we looked at, what could we do to continue that strong relationship? And so we decided that we would offer World Dairy a 10-year contract extension and give them the first 2 years of that contract at no charge, which will save them a little over $1 million during a 2-year period. And so, something like that, that's what partnerships are about, right? When there are bad times, you work together and, we'll deal with that, that loss of revenue at the county for the next couple of years, but it strengthens our entire community to have them here, and it strengthens the state. And so, we've been having some really good conversations with the folks at World Dairy, and we're really hopeful that we can work something out.
Talking with Dane County Executive Joe Parisi this morning. Joe, the big concern for Expo has been the meeting restrictions and the COVID-19 restrictions that are in Dane County and in the city of Madison. And what they're afraid of is, okay, well, we're going to have it in Madison in October, and then all of a sudden, in September, the Dane County Health says, no, we can't have any events larger than 25 people, and hotels are only allowed 10% capacity. Obviously, that is a concern to Expo. So does this contract kind of alleviate those concerns?
Yeah, and that's a reasonable question for folks to have. Fortunately, we're in a really good place, not only in the state of Wisconsin, but certainly in Dane County. When we look at vaccinations, there are about 540,000 people in Dane County, and already 120,000 of our residents have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and over 75,000 are fully vaccinated. So we're on a really strong course, and the public health department's modeling shows a clear path toward a new normal by summer. And so, we're looking at October for World Dairy. So we're real confident, about what the future holds.
Now with the health department, because I'm not familiar. So now does the city of Madison, do they have their own health department, and do they have their own separate restrictions, or is this just a county-wide thing and Madison falls under that?
Yeah, great question. In Dane County, it's a little different than elsewhere. We have a combined City of Madison and Dane County Public Health Department. The City of Madison is about half the population of the county, and folks just felt it was more efficient if folks, came together for one health department. So it's one public health department that decides the guidelines for the entire county. So it's not Madison or Dane County, it's both together. So there would be, continuity in that way. So that makes it a little easier for everyone.
Talking with Dane County Executive Joe Parisi this morning about the offer to World Dairy Expo, a 10-year contract. In the first 2 years of that contract, World Dairy Expo could use the Alliant Energy Center basically for free. And Joe, is part of it as well. You want to if you don't have World Dairy Expo, all of the new barns that have been built, all of the remodeling and the pavilions and all of that kind of seems like that's all gone to waste.
Well, fortunately for us, we worked with World Dairy again, and this is, a testament to the strong partnership. When we came together to build the new pavilions that really allowed them to stay and thrive, at the Alliant Energy Center, because as you know, before that we had some aging barns and it just wasn't working out. Part of what we had to figure out was what can we construct that will meet the needs of World Dairy, but also that we can utilize the rest of the year. And we were able to design those in a way that we utilize those, throughout the years for different shows, et cetera. I mean, right now we've been using them for COVID testing and we're using them for a vaccination site. But usually there are other shows there that use that space when World Dairy isn't there. But obviously, our preference is to, keep this partnership with World Dairy going. We really appreciate and value having them with us. And, and we're feeling pretty hopeful about that.
All right. Well, now it's, I guess, up to the World Dairy Expo board. I know they have the agreement and they have to make that final decision. And Joe, I guess one final question. Does the Dane County board have to approve this, or is this, if the World Dairy Expo board says, yep, we'll go ahead with this, that we can do that? There's no final board approval.
Well, it would likely have to go through the usual contract approval process, but I wouldn't anticipate that being any problem whatsoever. The county board, the entire city of Madison and the county of Dane, everyone recognizes how important it is, certainly to our community, to have World Dairy having their event here at the Alliant Energy Center. So I'm for all those reasons and the long-term nature of our partnership, I'm really confident that we can get something done soon.
That is Dane County Executive Joe Parisi. You're listening to the WRDN Morning Farm Report.